the lecture series of antenna and wave propagation. I am Mareddy Anisha, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, B.V. Raju Institute of Technology, Narsapur. In this video, I would like to say a few parameters of antennas. In an earlier session also, we were discussed about some parameters of the antenna parameters. In continuation with the earlier lecture, in this video, I would like to some more parameters about the antenna. So, in earlier lecture, we were discussed about the radiation intensity. What is the radiation? First of all, what is an antenna? So, by using that, so if it is the antenna can be used for, or we can say that it as a transducer. It can be used either in transmit or receiving purpose. So, by that, the electromagnetic field is either transmitted or received. So, by that, we can call it as a radiation. So, and along with that radiation, we have parameters like radiation patterns. So, how we are going to represent that radiation on the paper. So, simply it is a grammatical or diagrammatical representation of the radiation. And one more parameter is radiation intensity. And the next one is how the radiation is represented on the paper like a beams. So, or like a lobes. So, that can be called as beam area. These all were discussed in the previous lecture. So, in continuation with that earlier lecture, so these I am going to give introduction about some few more parameters. So, the next parameter is nothing but a beam efficiency. So, what is a beam efficiency? This beam efficiency is related to the beam area. It mainly depends on the how much of the total radiation is about the total radiation from the antenna. So that entire radiation we are dividing it as in a major main lobe, and the next one is side lobes. So apart from the main lobe, all can be called as a side lobes or minor lobes. So it depends on that major lobe and main lobe and total beam area. Beam efficiency can be calculated. Then beam efficiency will be defined as it is the ratio of main beam area to the total beam area. So it will be mathematically it will be written as, so the ratio of beam efficiency will be writing as, so the beam efficiency is the ratio of main beam area. So main beam area will be notified like this. So the capital M will be notified like a main beam area. So is the ratio of main beam area to the total beam area. So is the notation for the beam efficiency. Then again, what is the total beam area? So total beam area is the sum of the or is the combination of major lobe as well as minor lobe. So this will be written as, so the main beam area is the sum of major lobe as well as minor lobe. So this is all about the beam efficiency. So mainly this beam efficiency will depends on the total beam area as well as main beam area. So this also includes the parameters of minor lobe area. So by using these main and major and minor lobe areas, so we'll define one more parameters, that is nothing but stray factor. So here stray factor is nothing but the ratio of minor lobe area to the total beam area. So stray factor will be writing as, stray factor will be writing as is the ratio of minor lobe area to the total beam area. So we know that the total beam area is equal to is the sum of major lobe area as well as minor lobe area. So this is all about the beam efficiency. This all included with the all major lobe as well as minor lobe area. This is all about the beam efficiency, the parameter which was related to the beam area. And the next parameter, the next most important parameter in the antenna parameters is directivity. In generally, directivity is defined as is the ratio of maximum radiation intensity to the average radiation intensity. So for the directivity, the notation here I have taken it as a D. So it is equal to is the ratio of, the another way I can write it as a is the ratio of D is equal to this will be writing as maximum radiation intensity. The notation for the radiation intensity I have taken it as a U. So that is the maximum radiation intensity to the average radiation intensity. The another way we can define the directivity is the ratio of radiation intensity to the radiation intensity of the reference antenna. Generally, we are taking the reference antenna as an isotropic antenna, so that this can be defined as D is equal to the radiation intensity of any test antenna or practical antenna, that is nothing but U, divided by, and the radiation intensity of isotropic antenna, that has taken it as a U naught. So that we have written as a U by U naught is equal to. So here the radiation intensity of isotropic antenna U naught can be written as. So the radiation intensity of isotropic antenna, it will be written as the total radiated power by 4 pi. So this is the notation for the isotropic antenna. If we substitute in the directivity, so this will be written as 4 pi U by, so the radiated power. So this is the one of the definition for the directivity of the antenna. For example, if the direction is not specified, so that means then we can get the chance of there is a maximum directivity. So at that time we can define the D max, the maximum directivity. This will be almost equal to the D naught. So we'll write it as the maximum radiation intensity. The formula is same by U naught. So this will be written as 4 pi U max by P radiated. So these are the definitions of the directivity. And one more relation what we have, the same directivity we can define in terms of beam area. So the same directivity, one more definition for the directivity is, so directivity D is equal to 4 pi by beam area. So this is the one more definition of the directivity. The another way this directivity can be related in terms of effective area, that can also be written as, so D is equal to 4 pi AE by lambda square. So these all about the definitions of the directivity. Next, in continuation with the directivity, the next parameter, so which was related to the directivity, so that is directive gain. So here the directive gain of antenna is the ratio of, so earlier we were defined it is in terms of radiation intensity. For the same directivity, we'll define this in terms of power. So the directive gain of antenna is the ratio of normalized power in a particular direction to the average normalized power. So this will be written as d of theta comma pi is equal to the maximum radiated power. So that is Pn of theta comma pi by, so Pn of theta comma pi into average. This again, this will be written as the maximum radiated power to the average radiated power. So this is the another definition for the directive gain. So how we'll write the formula for the normalized power? So how we are going to calculate the normalized power? So where the normalized power is the average value taken over the entire surface solid angle. So that will be how we are going to calculate this average radiated power. So this Pn of average is equal to, this is the surface integral of the normalized power. So that is surface integral of Pn of theta comma pi into divided by, so this is what solid angle. So the same can be written as, so the average radiated power is equal to, this is the normalized power divided by 4 pi. So this is the whatever the beam area, this can be defined, the how much of the power is radiated for that particular beam area. So this is the directive gain in terms of power, normalized power. So the same can be written as, however we can write it is in terms of beam area or in terms of normalized power. So if for example, if the maximum will get the normalized power will be the maximum. So at that time, so Pn of maximum is nothing but 1. So at that time we can write D max is equal to the maximum directivity of that particular antenna is equal to 4 pi by that how much of the power radiated by the beam or the main globe. So this is the one more definition of the directive gain. Whatever seen the definitions for the directivity, so we were discussed that directivity is the ratio of maximum radiation intensity to the average radiation intensity. We'll see one mathematical problem or analysis depends on the related to that radiation intensity as well as directivity. We'll see, we consider one problem. So for a source with the radiation intensity, so they has given that as a 6 cos theta, so that is nothing but the radiation intensity. So for that one, they were asked that find the directivity if a beam width pattern is unidirectional. So for this one, the data they has given is radiation intensity. So now I am going to calculate the directivity of that particular antenna. Whatever the radiation is produced by that antenna is nothing but 6 cos theta. So we know the rotation for the radiation intensity. So that is nothing but, so radiation intensity u of theta comma pi, that we know that is 6 cos theta. So then we need to find the directivity. So this directivity D is equal to, we know the formula as per the definition of the directivity in terms of radiation intensity. So that is equal to U max by U average, that is maximum radiation intensity to the average radiation intensity, or else it can be written as, in terms of the principal planes, it will be written as the maximum radiation intensity to the average radiation intensity. But here how to calculate this maximum radiation intensity? So already they have the given radiation intensity. So for that one, the maximum radiation intensity is equal to, they has a given it as 6 cos theta. In the cos, the maximum value is what? 1. So for that one, I have written it as a 6 into 1. So I'll get it as the maximum radiation intensity will be the 6. So now I got the numerator value. Now I need to find out the average radiation intensity. As per the definition, the average radiation intensity is equal to the radiated power by 4 pi. So from this one, need to calculate the radiated power. Then the radiated power is equal to, is the integral of radiation intensity over the solid angle, or we can say that is surface integral. So that is u of theta comma pi, then it is a solid angle. Now I'll replace this solid angle with the surface integral. Then we'll write it as u of theta comma pi into this solid angle can be written as ds by r square. So I'll write it as a ds by r square. But here this ds is nothing but the surface integral. So that is equal to r square sine theta d theta d pi. So then it will be written as, so here we have taken the surface integral and replaced this with the ds. So it will be written as double integral of, already we know u of theta comma pi, that is nothing but 6 cos theta. So I'll write it as a 6 cos theta into, but ds is nothing but what? R square sine theta d theta d pi. So that is equal to r square sine theta d theta d pi. Already we have r square. But here the surface integral, the integral over what? With respect to theta as well as pi. So theta as well as pi, pi we know it is 0 to 2 pi, but it is what? 0 to pi. But here they has given that the beam width pattern is unidirectional. So that means what? Unidirectional means the theta in between 0 to pi by 2. If it is a bidirectional, then need to take it as a 0 to pi. If it is a unidirectional one, so need to take theta is what? 0 to pi by 2. So I'll write it as a 0 to pi by 2. Then here r square cancel. Then finally this as what? 6 into integral of, I have written 6 outside of the integration. Why? Because it is a constant. So 0 to pi by 2 integral pi is equal to 0 to 2 pi cos theta sin theta d theta d phi. This is what we got. Now, then from this one, then the next step is what we have. The radiated power is equal to 6. Then I split that individual integrals. So here we have terms, theta terms is what? So cos theta, sin theta, and for the pi terms we don't have any pi terms. So this is a constant term. So I'll write it as a. So cos theta. I'll divide and multiply this with 2 by 2 into d theta, and theta is equal to 0 to pi by 2 into integral. We have pi integral also, that is 0 to 2 pi 1 into d pi. So for this one 6 into, I'll write it as a 2 sin theta cos theta. So what we can write? 2 sin theta cos theta will be written as sin 2 theta. So I'll replace this 2, I'll write it as the outside. So I will write it as a sin 2 theta, theta equal to 0 to pi by 2 d theta into, so here 1. So that means what it is? Pi. So it is 0 to 2 pi. 2 pi minus 0, it is 2 pi. Now I'll write it as a, so it is what? 6 pi. Then we'll write it as a sin 2 theta. So integral sin 2 theta, it will be written as, so integral of sin 2 theta d theta, it can be written as minus cos 2 theta by 2. Then I'll write it as a minus cos 2 theta by 2, 0 to pi by 2. Then we'll write as a 6 pi by 2 minus cos 2 into pi by 2, minus into minus plus cos 2 into 0. Then we got it as a 3 pi into cos pi, cos 180 minus 1. So minus into minus plus 1. So 1 plus cos 0, 1. So it is what? 6 pi. So I got the radiated power is equal to 6 pi. So here the formula is what? So that we are going to calculate the value of denominator, that is U average I am going to calculate. Then the U average is equal to radiated power by 4 pi. So from this one we got the radiated power, P radiated. So that means U average is equal to P radiated by 4 pi. Now we'll write it as a P radiated is what? 6 pi by 4 pi. So we'll get it as a 3 by 2. Now, sorry, it is what? This is what we got. Now we'll write it as a, we need to calculate for what? Directivity. So directivity is equal to what? D is equal to U max by U average. I got U average as a 3 by 2. Now U max is equal to what? 6. Now substitute both the values, we'll get the directivity. So we'll get, so then from the formula D is equal to U max by U average. Already we'll get U max is equal to 6 divided by 3 by 2. We'll write it as a 2 by 3. So totally we'll get directivity of the particular antenna, whatever they have mentioned, that the directivity is 4. So this is why this is the way to calculate the directivity. If they has given the radiation intensity, this is the one of the procedure. Now, so this is all about the directivity. Next, coming to the next parameters. So that is nothing but gain. So here generally the gain will be called as generally the ratio of it is output by input in general form. So here also, while coming to the antennas, so in generally the gain will be divided as a power gain, or else it will be called as a directive gain. So different types of gains are there here. In this one, the first one is a power gain. So the power gain, the notation for the gain is G. So is the ratio of, is also almost like a directivity. So the maximum, this also we can write it as a maximum radiation intensity by the average radiation intensity. But here the power gain, we can define it as G is equal to 4 pi into maximum power radiated per unit solid angle to the net power accepted by the antenna. So that means this will write it as a P1 by P2. So that means what here? So the power gain is equal to 4 pi into the maximum power radiated per unit solid angle to the net power accepted by the antenna. Next, then the same for the gain, like however we have a different definition for the directivity. For gain also we have a different definitions. So that is G is equal to the another definition for the gain. So that is the maximum radiation intensity of, whether it could be a test antenna or practical antenna, to the radiation intensity of the lossless or reference antenna, that can be called as a isotropic antenna. So this is the another definition for the gain. And the power gain and the directive gain can be related. Already we have seen earlier parameter is nothing but directive gain, and this one is a power gain. The both can be related. So the power gain is equal to PR into this is directive gain. So this is the relation of Z is equal to PR into GD, where the PR is equal to the gain coefficient. So here the maximum power gain G max is equal to E into D max. Or in another way we can write the relation between, we can say that the relation between antenna gain and directivity, Z is equal to, somewhere we can write it as a G is equal to eta D. So this is the antenna efficiency factor. Antenna efficiency factor. So we'll write it as a Z is equal to eta D. So if we observe this one, let us say if it is isotropic antenna or isotropic pattern, this red line indicates the isotropic pattern. That means for the isotropic antenna, the directivity is 1. Why? Because it radiates equally in all directions. So it is the reference purpose. So here we are relating both G and directivity, that means gain and directivity, how these two are going to relate. So this will represent the gain, and the blue dotted line will represent the directivity, right? These two can be related by using the antenna efficiency factor, so that the relation between antenna gain and the directivity is equal to Z is equal to eta into D. This is the relation between gain and directivity of the antenna. Then the next parameter is resolution. So here this parameter resolution, always it's related with the beam width between the nulls or else half power points. This is also related to the beam area. So here the resolution of any antenna or the resolution of any antenna, why? Because the resolution also the one of the parameter of antenna. So the resolution of any antenna, it may be defined as equal to the half beam width between first nulls, or we can say that it is first nulls, half power beam width is equal to first nulls beam width by 2. So that means almost the resolution is equal to, approximately the resolution is equal to half power beam width. So that the antenna resolution, it can be defined as it is equal to half power points of beam width, or else we can say that, so the resolution, the another way the resolution can be defined as it is the half of the first nulls between the beam width, that is Fn BW by 2, or is approximately equal to half power beam width. Now, for example, let us say the same, if you want to calculate the first null beam width along to the two principal planes, right? So we know that that is the product of the first null's beam width in the two principal planes. So of the antenna, if it is one is related to towards to the theta, or the another one angle is related to the pi angle. So then the beam area is equal to the first null's beam width towards to the theta direction as well as the beam area towards to the pi direction. So that we can say that the product of the first null's beam width in the two principal plane of the antenna pattern is measure of the antenna beam area. So by this we can say that, so by this relation here, another way we can say that is the relation between beam width between the first nulls as well as it as a beam area. So this is about the one of the parameter is one of the parameter of the antenna, that is nothing but the resolution. Let us say if for example antenna having n number of transmitting antennas or n number of transmission point sources, then how to calculate the resolution of the particular case. So at that time, if the antenna structure is having n number of point sources, so n number of radio transmitter or point sources we have there in the antenna structure, or we can say it as an antenna array. So it is distributed uniformly over the sky or into the free space, the radiation. So then how can we calculate this resolution from that particular structure? So this can be written as, for example, n is equal to, if I have 10 structures in the antenna array or in the total antenna structure, so then it is equal to, I can write it as a 4 pi by that beam area. Already we know, we have written that n is equal to we have written this relation. Already we have written this relation. So directivity is equal to the relation between the directivity as well as beam area, D is equal to 4 pi by, so 4 pi by beam area. So the same relation can be applied to calculate the resolution also. So here I can conclude that in those kind of cases, n is equal to D. So this is the one of the parameter of antenna. So that is nothing but the resolution. Now the next parameter is antenna temperature. So this antenna temperature, the first one, the noise for the antenna temperature. So the antenna temperature as well as it also called as noise power also related to the antenna temperature. So this noise power is defined as, so it is equal to the PTA, that means nothing but this is the antenna temperature is equal to KTA into B, where this TA is nothing but the antenna temperature. How the temperature, what are the temperature is related to that surrounded that antenna, as well as whatever the, because of the noise, how much of the temperature also produced by that antenna or surrounded by that antenna. That is nothing but the antenna temperature. So what are the parameters or related to that particular antenna to calculate the antenna temperature? So here in this one, the major one is because of noise, and the second one is, see, where T is antenna temperature if I am going to calculate, and K is nothing but the Boltzmann constant, and it depends on the bandwidth also, where B is nothing but the bandwidth of that particular antenna. So by all this we can calculate the noise power of that antenna. So by that we can calculate the temperature, T suffix A. This is nothing but the antenna temperature parameter. So from these relations we can calculate this antenna temperature, and this is the one of the parameter. And the next parameter is front to back ratio. So in the name itself only, so front to back ratio is defined as forwarded power to the backward power. So here the forward power means how the forward power is produced and how the backward power is produced. For example, one antenna radiates radiation into the towards to the receiver or into the free space. So what happened here, we are representing that radiation on the paper. So here, how we are representing that radiation in terms of lobe. So here forward power means always we are expecting, so forward in the means desired direction, simply we can say. So the desired direction lobe, we can say it as a major lobe or main beam area. So simply we can define that front to back ratio is nothing but the forward power. So it is produced by the major lobe to the backward power is exactly back of this major lobe. So that we'll see in the figure. So if it is the major lobe or main lobe, that means if it is my desired direction, so the forward power means the forward power that is happen because of this major lobe direction to the exact back of this major lobe, so that we call it as a back lobe. Simply another way we can calculate the front to back ratio. It is the main ratio of main lobe area to the back lobe area. So this is the one of the parameter of antennas. So thanks for watching this video.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.